First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Protein spill.
Bandit. Bang, 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 bang. Check 99.
Five.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
General West. Right up.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. A huge play there for Chicago. 64 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Ready up.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll drop to throw. Jones has it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Got it. 5. Mike, 5. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
On first down, it's Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's not going to get off. Mike 5. Mike 5. You must be dreaming. Topper. Topper. Ball trot. 5's the mic. 5's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run.
2nd and 10. Open man. He's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They run with Taylor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the Bears' 14-yard line.
Okay, ready. Mike 50. Extreme.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man here is Foster. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
Check, Mike 42. Quit talking about it.
Defense.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 9-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
A huge play there for Chicago. 66 yards for him on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Mike 6. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Look, smoke. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Mike 6. Mike 6. Stay with your man. Mike 6. Mike 6. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Haywood.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his pass incomplete.
On 2nd down. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike 55.
Back to throw here. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ringo. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Fire's the mic. They can't hang with us.
They're going to look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
You don't want it. SOS. Check. Orbit.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Come on, set. 15 Lonnie. Mike. Come on, boy. Come on. Let's block. Mike. Don't be off.
They'll set up a throw. Complete to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for him. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch that end, right.
Here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. 25. Check 20. Let's go. Come on. Back.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Too little, cupcake. Check. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Here we go. Hey, come on. Watch the curl. Switch. Get it roll. West.
Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Mike 5. We own them. Mike 5.
They'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now back to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First down, Chicago.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Check three, check three, check three.
Blue draw Corker. Hey, Zoo. Ready?
Now a first down throw. Tannehill. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Off play action, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Let's put him on the bus.
No. Smooth.
42 to Mike, boys, 42. 42 to Mike.
Now.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Safety's creeping. Mike 42, Mike 42. All day.
On first and 10, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a gain of 38. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Twist, watch the twist. Shift.
80 weapon.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Check 42 to Mike. Check 42 to Mike.
61, matchbox light. Let's go.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch X3. 218. Chopper.
Slam.
Shift. Watch the shift.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Get ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught by Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
That's it. Fire's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike 5. 3 buzz.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
38-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I'm going to come back to you. Mike 5. Hey,
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call into question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. On second down now, it's Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike 5. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike 5.
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Switch. 66. Pull it. Half. 66.
They'll set up to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Watch the screen. 6-6. Pull it high.
He's checking. Crash. Check 3. Check
go.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
50. Plant.
42.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready, set.
Here we go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey.
Topper. Ready.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Fire's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Incomplete. It's now second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Undercrush. 80 weapon.
Second and 1. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Chicago.
Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Protein spill. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
51. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
General West. 5.
Now Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go now. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
I got you.
Head up.
Crack down. Crack.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. Recon, 132 fighter.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Let's go.
No.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Ready?
on 2nd and 15 now. Tannehill, he's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Play action. It's Tannehill. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Yo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Taylor. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Henry. Hey, here I come. Here I come. 64. Wait. Bravo. Watch twist.
2nd and 14. Open man, here's Foster. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
That's what I do.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Bravo. 42 the mic, boys. 40 down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Take it at the 37. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. Ready. 10, touchdown.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Check 31. Check 31. H3. 282. Trouble.
On first down, Taylor. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
2nd and 6. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This complete to Jones. That'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Eluding the pressure right. Jones has it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 3. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, 55 to Mike.
Now back to throw.
You can't block me.
That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set 90 Wolf.
42's to Mike. Check, 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 check.
Watch the safety creep. 80 weapon. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Hey, Haywood.
Throwing now, Tannehill. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Let's go. 18 Gators.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Lead grip.
That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
The first half at a respectable 5-3 record, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.